dental hygienist cleans people's teeth. They come to me, I sit them down, I make them very sure that I'm not going to poke them or stab them or make them bleed or make them drink the fluoride that they have to drink. And clean their teeth and send them on their way and charge them $50.
Yep.
Where's Henry?
In Hawaii, I think. He retired when I bought him out about a year ago.
And you are?
Stanley Cooper. I own the place now.
Well, Stanley, my name is Johnny Rocket. I'm what you might call the founder of the feast around here. Pleased to meet you. I got a car out there, I gotta pop the trunk. Thing is, I just bought it and the owner misplaced the keys. Now, I'm willing to pay you 3 times the going rate. I can see you're in the middle of something right now, and, well, your time is as valuable as mine.
Let me get my tools.
My man.
Is that dried blood on the bumper?
Hit a coyote.
You backed into a coyote.
That's right.
Well, I only deal in locks, mister.
Well, it's a wise man that stays within the lines. What do I owe you?
Standard rate's $25.
Well, I said I'd pay you 3 times the going rate, didn't I? How's 500 sound?
Sounds high.
Oh, not for a man with your skills. Not for a man that stays inside the lines. If you ever need anything, you got a friend in Johnny Rocket. Why don't you come on down to the Neon Cactus, grab a beer. Give that to the waitress, she'll know what to do with it.
I gave up drinking years ago.
Well, if you ever decide to pick back up again, first one's on me.
You and your equipment have to be taught to compete in the white skating of crime. Stock car winner Von Silver's used AC Smart Parts.
The king is home.
I don't want to fight, Maureen.
Of course not. Stanley wouldn't fight a fly. Aren't you gonna ask about dinner?
Well, it's fine, dear. We'll just heat up a TV dinner.
JR never ate a frozen dinner. He ate a 12-ounce steak every night after a 14-hour day in the copper mines. If I didn't have his steak ready, he'd tear the house apart.
JR's dead. Why don't you just let the man rest in peace?
Peace. He'd have no peace if he knew what kind of spineless wonder filled his shoes.
I'm not filling anyone's shoes.
I'll say. Only shoes you'd fill are Dorothy's red slippers. Maybe those would be too big for you.
Good night, Maureen.
Attention workers, complimentary peanuts will be available at the company store east of the building at 2:30 to 3:30 today. Also, your TPG reports are due at 6:45 a.m. Thank you.
I don't know how you put up with it.
If JR was here, I wouldn't have to.
Why'd you marry him?
After JR's funeral, I had to get out. Remember that week I closed the shop?
Yeah, I couldn't color my roots. I looked ridiculous.
Went to this little town in Connecticut. I had to get as far away from Texas as I could. So, one night I started talking to this guy in the lobby of this little motel I was staying at. Turns out he was the owner.
Turns out it was Stanley.
Yeah. He seemed great at the time. Stanley was funny, innocent. He seemed so helpless, like a lost bird. We just talked all night.
You're not the nurturing type. What's the real reason?
Oh, he promised he was going to sell off his motel and we were going to move to Hawaii. We were married 3 days after we met at the county courthouse. And then he went and bought Henry's key shop. Said he was going to build it up and sell it off for a fortune.
I thought JR left you plenty of money to start over wherever you wanted.
Yeah, well, what's the point in starting over if you got to do it alone?
You're still a handsome woman, Maureen. I think you and Hawaii could have done better than Stanley inside an hour of landing.
Yeah, but nobody could have been better than JR.
He's dead, honey. Now you got a Stanley.
Hi, Gypsy. Tell my fortune?
Yes, but I must look into my crystal ball. I see tricks in your favorite red box again.
Oh.
I see tricks around again, too. In raspberry red, lemon yellow, orange.
Oh, can I see? What happened?
Silly Mr. Rabbit. I see that...
Gas was left on this morning.
What are you talking about?
Wouldn't you know?
I was pouring myself a cup of coffee and I smelled it. The gas was on high, but the burner wasn't lit.
Thank goodness you got that. I can sleep easy knowing Stanley Cooper's on the job turning dials.
Just please be careful. You light a cigarette with the gas on like that and you're likely...
Blow up the house and I won't have to listen to you anymore. I'm back with JR where I belong.
Be careful, you might be back with him sooner than you think.
That a threat? You threatening me?
Good night, Maureen.
You think about my offer?
I'm thinking about it.
Good. Well, I got a little assignment for you while you're thinking it over. There's a new fellow over at Mesa Keys. I want you to give him this box and tell him not to look in it. I don't want you looking at it either. You think you can handle that?
I can handle it.
Good. You can go. Well, there's my man. You got that box for me?
Yeah. Just a minute.
You didn't look in it, did you? Good man.
Oh, no. That's all right, Johnny.
You sure?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Well, I owe you. Oh, Stanley, I almost forgot. I want to check your truck out there. Saw something leaking from it. Noticed it on my way in.
Mesa Keys.
Stanley, you ever figure out what that leak was from your vehicle?
Brake line's been cut.
Oh, you make any enemies?
Just my wife.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. Most women I know couldn't find a brake line, let alone cut it. Now, finding a heart to cut, that they can do.
Yeah.
Man would have to cut it. I doubt it. Probably just wear and tear. These dirt roads are pretty hard on our vehicles.
Dirt roads don't cut brake lines in half.
Well, sir, Johnny Rocket owes you. You want me to look into it?
No, thanks. That's all right, Johnny.
All right, well, you change your mind. You come on down to the Cactus.
Will do. Thanks. Bye-bye.
We've got to think bigger than that.
Absolutely. In other words, think big.
We've got to shoot for an image. Wide World Widgets Corporation, as It's a keystone in our nation's economy.
That's the slant I've been playing around.
What's your brand, cowboy?
Narragansett, 96.
Rough day?
Rough life.
You and me both, mister. What's your name?
Stanley.
Stanley. I'm Tori. Want to start a tab?
Actually, I'd like to see Johnny Rocket.
Give me a minute. Play something on the jukebox.
Jukebox.
Follow me.
Excuse me, sir.
Follow me.
Garcia de Baja declares that this food is not too shabby at all. In fact, it's not even bad.
Tell it like it is, bandido.
The greatest bandido in the world even says that Taco Jack food is rather good.
As good as Mama's?
Hold your tongue. Yes. But don't not tell her I say so. Hey, amigo. When is your sister's wedding?
Caramba, I almost forgot it. It's less than an hour.
Fantastic. Bring the food from Taco Jack. You say you're pretty fast, huh? Let's see you make 50 of each combination plate.
And 50 tacos, too. And 50 machaca burritos.
And how about some delicious taquitos to go with that?
And 50 of those, too.
We want the whole enchilada.
Have you compared leading cold creams with the fabulous warm cream called Albaline? You should. Albaline melts on your skin. Cold cream stays heavy. Albaline cleans eye makeup beautifully better. Both sides appear clean. But watch these oil-treated pads. See how much eye makeup cold cream leaves behind compared to Albaline. Albaline cleans makeup beautifully better than leading cold creams. Albaline, the warm cream.
Well, in Mr. Jones' defense, Mac, we have to remember that he couldn't possibly know about our internal problems. Of course, getting completely off the beam concept-wise, well, that's something else.
What are you doing with my gun?
Look, let's not get excited.
I found it under the pillow. I was looking for the TV guide and I found this instead. Why do you have a gun?
What do you think? For protection.
From what?
From bad guys, you idiot. Somebody breaks in, what am I supposed to do? Wait for you to scare them off?
You shouldn't have a gun in the house.
Give it back. It was JR's. Give it back. Give it back.
Wide World Widgets Corporation as a keystone in our nation's economy.
It's as useless as you are without bullets in it.
I'm going out for some air.
Played in the building of America. The way we helped win the war. The contributions we have made toward preserving the American way of life. Freedom, democracy, the basic aspirations of mankind. Oh, there's a hell of a lot of stuff we could cover here. Big, important, significant. You get that into your script and we've got something to show the old man.
Our president, C.R. Trubbage.
What can I do for you?
I need a favor.
Sure, Stanley. I owe you.
Kill my wife.
Pardon me?
Kill my wife.
What makes you think I could arrange a thing like that?
Just a hunch.
Well, I could take offense to that, but I won't.
I can pay you.
Pay me for what?
For the job? JR, it's her husband, he left her a fortune from the copper mine he bought before he passed. I could see to it that you get a piece of that.
I knew JR. I was sad at his passing. How long's that been now?
Year in May.
Stanley, it saddens me to hear you talk like this. I pegged you for a square fella. And for you to think that I could arrange a thing like that, well, that just saddens me.
I'm sorry. It's just... I think she's trying to kill me. The other day, she left the gas on in the kitchen. Somebody cut my brake line. And tonight I found out she's been hiding a gun.
Well, sounds like you need to go to the police.
No cops.
Now, I owe you a favor still. So if you ever need any extra cash or some help with your business, something along that line, come back and see me.
How long till that color sets? It didn't set last time and washed right out.
20 minutes. What do you want, Stanley?
To talk.
Talk.
In private, I was hoping.
Hello, Stanley.
Wilma.
My color setting.
Then you won't mind if Maureen and I have a moment?
Make it quick.
All right, Stanley, stop pestering my customers.
Can we talk in the kitchen? Look, Maureen, I was thinking, I know I'm not JR, but what if I did just sell the shop? I mean, I could sell it like I promised when we first met, and we could pull up stakes for Hawaii.
You mean it?
I do. Like I promised when we first met. Let's hit the road. I got a feeling something bad's coming if we stay in this town.
I could list it for you. In the house. I still got my realtor's license and all.
Let's at least try. Deal.
Deal.
So glad your key shop's found a motivated buyer. If you'll just sign here and here. Now, our purchaser wishes to remain anonymous, but this $30,000 check is yours when you sign one more spot.
Marcy, be a dear, would you?
Okay.
Hello? Someone's on the phone for Stanley?
Tell him, not me, sitting right here.
Stanley, is someone...
I'm sure he heard you, Marcy.
Thank you, Marcy. Hello.
Got any pets?
My man Stanley.
Johnny.
Been thinking about our conversation.
What's that, Johnny?
Old folks are listening, huh? Okay.
Yeah, just here with my wife signing some real estate papers.
Good deal, Stanley. Keep talking like it ain't nothing.
That's good to hear.
I'll do it, Stanley. It'll cost you $30,000.
Yeah, well, I'll have to stop by the shop for my tools first.
Say sure if you understand.
No, that won't be necessary. I've got all the tools we'll need.
We'll meet up tonight to go over the terms.
Shouldn't take too long.
Say sure if you understand.
That won't be necessary.
Stanley, say sure to proceed.
No, you won't need to do that. I don't think we'll need to do that. No, thank you.
Say sure if you understand.
No, that really won't be necessary. Thank you.
Stanley, say sure to proceed. Say sure if you understand.
No, that won't be needed. Won't need to do that at all. Goodbye, Johnny.
Who was that?
Johnny.
Johnny who?
Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket.
Yeah, he locked himself out of his trunk again.
Again?
Wait.
Yeah, funny guy.
Who's Johnny Rocket?
What don't you need him to do?
What?
What don't you need him to do?
Well, he wanted to bring some of his own tools, so I told him that wouldn't be necessary as I'm gonna go by my shop and get my own tools, so he won't need to be doing that.
He sounds dense.
Dense?
You must have told him no half a dozen times, Stanley.
Yeah, I guess he's dense. Do I need to sign anything else?
No, that's it. I'll go get your check.
Hello?
Stanley, you there? Stanley, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Missed you at the Cactus. Been 3 days. Almost seemed like you hung up on me. I doubt that, though.
Yeah, look, Johnny, I'm really sorry, but I didn't mean it.
Mean what?
The whole thing we talked about.
Oh, you didn't mean it.
We had a rough patch, but we're working through it.
A rough patch, huh?
That's right. You understand, don't you?
Well, sure, Stanley, sure. I mean, I never tried to bribe someone to murder my wife, but I can appreciate the sentiment.
So we're square?
Not exactly. I still owe you a favor.
Oh, that's forget it. We're even.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, we got another problem here, Stanley.
What?
Well, I can't forget our conversation. Legally, you see.
I was drunk.
Toy said you didn't even finish your first beer.
I'm a lightweight. Besides, they don't know that.
Who's they?
I don't know, whoever you tell.
But I know. And I ain't no liar. Here's the thing, Stanley. Say I do forget it, this we're working through it thing doesn't work out. So you kill your wife somewhere down the line. Now I'm implicated.
I'm not gonna kill my wife somewhere down the line.
If you can think it, which you obviously have, you can do it.
Please just leave me alone.
Well, you've already involved me in this, Stanley. So here are my options. One, I say nothing and possibly get implicated in some bad business down the line. Two, I go on up to Mineral Springs and talk to Sheriff Deal about it. Clear my conscience and remove any personal liability. Three, I go ahead and do the deed for you anyway.
You stay away from Maureen.
Or you meet me at the Cactus, like you were supposed to 3 nights ago, and we come to some sort of an arrangement.
When?
How about now?
I'll be there.
Drink?
No.
Cigar?
Just get to your terms.
Stanley, I misjudged you.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
Oh, on the contrary, if I may be frank. I took you for a bit of a pushover. But I can clearly see that's not the case, is it?
Hardly.
Exactly what did you do before you joined us here in town?
Seeing the world.
I'm almost inclined to believe you. Where did you meet J.R.'s wife?
In the land of none of your business.
All right, my terms. $15,000. That's half of what you originally offered me.
Offered? Was that by?
Why, for me to forget we ever spoke.
Thought you weren't a liar.
Well, for $15,000, I'll take the chance you making one out of me, but I wouldn't recommend it.
How do you want it?
Put the keys to your shop in the lockbox in the back door. Then take $15,000, put in a black briefcase, and set that inside the shop. And put the code to the lockbox under a rock by the door.
Fine.
Stanley, there's one other thing I think you should know before you decide this is the way you want to take it.
I'm listening.
Well, Maureen made me the same offer you did. Well, almost the same offer.
Almost.
Maureen offered me more than just money.
You're lying.
I told you I'm not a liar. Unless the price is right. Stanley, you ever notice Maureen left the salon long enough maybe to go to the saloon? And you think I really just stopped into your shop, get my trunk opened up, pay $500 for a $25 job? Now, you still want to work over that rough patch with her?
Yes.
All right. I just thought you should know all the angles before you decide. Tonight, that briefcase in the back of your store after sundown. Crystal? Clear.
Mr. Cooper.
Ms. Reeves.
$15,000.
Not so loud, please.
Oh, sorry. In cash?
That's right.
Wow. Okay. I'll need to see your ID. I'll have to get a manager to sign off on this.
Stanley Cooper's cashing out $15,000.
Cashing out?
Not exactly cashing out, just taking out some cash.
That's nearly your entire deposit here at this branch.
It's for a land deal. Real estate.
It's none of my concern, Stanley. There's just some extra paperwork required on our end that needs to be filled out.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, just extra paperwork in case we get audited by the feds of the transaction. Boilerplate stuff, just standard procedure. Go ahead and sign here. Here. Up here. And down there. Here, here, and here. Here. And here. All right, Mr. Cooper. $15,000 for you. Have a lovely day, Stanley.
Thanks.
Attention workers, we still have a lot of peanuts available. They're sitting in my office. Please come try some. Also complimentary quilting later this week.
Where were you?
With a customer.
Not for much longer. Got an offer on the house. $70,000. It's enough to buy a plane ticket to Hawaii.
You mean 2?
What?
2 plane tickets to Hawaii.
Yeah, obviously we're both going. Come on, made dinner to celebrate. Come on now.
I hope we have another one of those.
How's the steak?
Bloody.
So how they are always like that.
JR liked it, I know.
What's the matter?
Maureen, did you talk to Johnny recently?
Johnny who?
Johnny Rocket.
No, of course not. Why'd he say something?
He said a lot of things.
When'd you see him?
Today.
What'd he say?
He said, you offered him some incentives to kill me. Is it true?
Of course not.
Is it true? Maureen, we're about to get $30,000 for the shop. We're going to get another big chunk of change for the house. We finally have enough money to get out of here. But we gotta be on the same level. We gotta be level with each other if we're gonna make it. Is it true?
Yeah. I miss JR so much, and I was so frustrated with everything, and Johnny came by the salon with a business card and said how much he thought of JR. And if I ever needed anything, to come and see him at the Neon Cactus.
I see. There's something I need to tell you.
I know.
You do?
Johnny told me. $30,000 to bump me off. The night you found my gun and stepped out for air. I went to go see him at the Neon Cactus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
So now what?
Now we proceed with the plan, I guess.
Which plan?
Plan to sell out and leave this dump. And put all that other stuff behind us. We're square now, you and me.
Mesa Keys.
Changed my mind.
Changed your mind? What does that even mean? I thought we had a deal.
Well, something came up. Meet me at the Cactus tonight. After we're closed, about 3 a.m. I'll leave the door unlocked. We'll talk alone.
I'll be there. I just want out of here tonight.
All right. I mean, we got the check for the house. If that clears, we can come back for closing and finish packing.
The sooner we get to Dallas, the better.
What's the matter?
Johnny wants to see me tonight.
Why?
We'll find out.
Let's just leave.
No, he'll follow us. I gotta get things square with him tonight.
I don't like it.
Me neither. But I gotta go before we leave.
Okay.
Meet me at the Cactus tonight, after we're closed about 3 a.m. I'll leave the door unlocked. We'll talk alone.
Yeah. Whose? Where? I'll be there.
She died last night.
How do you know that?
She's in her nightgown. Gas poisoning.
How do you know that?
Gas was on when I came in. Stove right over there. Shut it off.
Don't touch anything else.
Till what, the FBI arrives? This ain't exactly New York City.
Did you call the medical examiner?
Yeah, he's on his way. You know, this may come as a surprise to you, but I work predominantly homicide in San Antonio.
So you keep telling me.
Do not be bitter, Ben. We both tried the big city. It wasn't for us.
Photos?
Yeah, she's coming, Ben. You know I'm in charge, right?
First among equals.
Right. The city council voted for 2 peace officers to head the new homicide department. One acting as acting officer.
Acting as acting officer.
Whatever, you know what I mean. So what do you think?
Where's your old man?
Stanley Cooper? Bought Henry's key shop last year.
Where, not who.
Not here.
I can see that. Where is he?
I do not know.
Don't. You don't know.
Correct. I do not.
Guess we all know her story. JR.
JR wasn't even cold when she married Stanley. Kinda strange.
Well, guess we better find Stanley. Got some mighty bad news for him when we do.
Yeah, but it's good to be home, ain't it, man?
Now this will be what is known as a trucking shot, with the camera car racing ahead of the runaway stage. And the movie version of a runaway stagecoach drama begins. Donna spurs her horse into the chase.
Medical examiner reports in.
What do we find out?
Sleeping pills.
Cause of death?
Yeah.
Thought it was gas poisoning.
So did I.
So, the gas was left on to make it look like gas poisoning.
Or the gas was on just because it was on. Sometimes I forget to turn mine off.
It's a bad habit.
So was taking too many sleeping pills. Any luck tracking down our old man?
Nope. Gonna go check his shop out right now. Got a search warrant.
When did you get that?
This morning.
Were you gonna tell me?
I'm telling you now. Hey, when are they gonna get our office cleaned up?
I do not know.
Don't. You don't know.
Correct. I do not.
Stanley, this is Officer Ben Cherry with the police department. We have a search warrant. Stanley, punch it.
That looks out of place. So what do you think?
I think Stanley's not here.
Let's get out of here.
Hello?
Is this the police department?
Officer Cherry speaking.
Ben?
Tori?
I thought you were in El Paso.
I was.
So you're the cop the town hired.
You alright?
Yeah, I really just needed the non-emergency number.
What's going on?
My boss hasn't shown up to work in a couple of days.
Who's your boss?
Johnny Rocket.
Johnny Rocket? Your boss is Johnny Rocket?
No one else is hiring.
So you're working at the Cactus?
Look, forget it.
You know he runs women and dope.
He don't run me. I only started tending bar for eating money.
Look, Johnny Rocket's a dangerous man. Where are you?
I'm at the Cactus.
Hang tight.
Why'd you come?
Came for you.
You shouldn't be here.
Neither should you.
Look, college boy, not all of us got a full ride out of here. Some of us gotta take what's available.
You should have come with me.
Maybe.
Why didn't you?
Are you gonna ask about my missing boss or not? Did you come here to lecture me about my life decisions or find my boss?
When's the last time you saw him?
A couple days ago.
How come one of the other employees didn't call it in?
They're all scared. Johnny hates cops unless they're working for him.
They're gonna know you called me.
Eventually. But no one knows yet that you're the cop the town hired to start the homicide department. They were gonna hire two though, right?
Yeah.
So who's the other guy?
Jack.
Jack? He was in San Antonio.
Was.
What happened?
You have to swear not to tell him I told you.
I swear.
He raided a petting zoo.
He what?
He raided a petting zoo. He thought they were smuggling dope in the animals. And so they had a team of veterinarians to check the animals, and it turned out to be a petting zoo.
Look, I gotta go.
Don't go back in.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what a beautiful day for Frankenberry, the world's super sweet new cereal.
Phooey! Here's the world's super sweet.
May have a new lead.
What?
Johnny Rocket's missing. One of his employees called it in.
How do you know that?
An employee called it in.
Who?
Doesn't matter.
Who is it?
An employee.
Male, female?
Female.
Do I know it?
You did once.
Who is it?
Tori.
Toria?
Yeah, she's just been bartending there to get extra money.
Ben. No one works at the Cactus for extra cash.
What do you mean?
It's a culture of corruption. Everyone there is either on the take or in debt.
In debt?
Yeah, you know. Johnny does you a favor, now you owe him. Debt. Sorry to hear about Victoria, though. She was a good person.
She still is.
Heard she fell in some hard times.
What do you mean hard times?
I don't know. Hard times. You know, she used to like me.
You think every woman likes you?
I know. But I think she really did.
You look like somebody stepped on your grave. Now hold on there, Rooster. You tried that once before, remember?
Shot you.
Yes. And no. Drop the magazine on that gun you got. Go ahead. That's what we call a blank, Stanley. They use them in movies, theater productions, sometimes to start races. Now this holds real bullets. 45 ACP. 230 grain hardball, the GIs used to call it. It's slow but heavy. It's a good thumper. Now I'm gonna give your mind a moment to level off. You with me? Well, here's where we're at. The night that you came to see me at the Cactus, the night that you found that gun, the night that you took the magazine out of it and then gave the gun back to Maureen. Well, the night that you said you were gonna go out for some fresh air.
We're going out for some.
Maureen called me right after you left. She gave his word you're gonna come and see me. I knew what you needed, Stanley, and what you thought you needed. I sent one of my goons over to your place to put blanks in that gun. I knew you wouldn't know the difference. Now, JR, how he would have known the difference. JR would have known the difference between a blank and a real bullet. But we'll get back to him later. I knew if I pushed you hard enough, Stanley, you'd come at me. You got guts, but you're no good at killing.
You killed Maureen.
I did. Well, had it done. I just pulled strings, Stanley. I never hurt anybody.
I'd kill you for that.
Well, here's the thing. You're obviously no good at killing, number one. And number two, Maureen offered me $45,000 to kill you. Money should want to take from the sale of your shop and the $15,000 you put in that black briefcase for me.
You're a liar.
No, not this time. Maureen was going to have me send somebody over to Dallas and clip you once you guys got settled in.
I'll wire you the rest of the money once we're in Dallas, along with the address. The morning would be best. I'll be out of the house. He's an idiot and couldn't even tell a blank from a bullet. JR will be turning in his grave.
Way I see it, Stanley, I was watching out for you. Well, you're not equipped to deal with a woman like that. Now you don't have to.
So, gas that was on in the kitchen, my brake line being cut, the gun I found under her pillow.
Her early attempts before she came to see me.
You said only a man could cut a brake line. A woman could only cut a man's heart.
Well, sir, apparently this woman is capable of both. Well, was.
How'd you do it? After I left. And after I left you, I came home and she was sprawled out.
Put pills in her beer. Had my man come over and drop them in there. I knew she'd be worried you coming to see me, and she started to hit the sauce.
You know a lot.
Well, I just study people, Stanley. I like to see what makes them tick, why they do what they do. And then I leverage that to accomplish my purposes. I just wait and I watch, and then I pull the strings that I attached.
So now what?
I can tell you got your head back. You're thinking logically. It's good. Now I can tell you about JR and the abandoned copper mine.
JR died in the copper mine.
In a few seconds, that phone's gonna ring. Go ahead. Answer.
Hello?
Howdy, Stanley. You know who this is?
No?
JR.
That's him, Stanley.
No hard feelings over Maureen. I wanted out and Johnny made it happen. He's got a proposal for you, and I think you're going to like it.
Are you ready for my proposal? Well, that abandoned copper mine still has about $15 million worth of metal in it. JR spent a decade studying it. Problem is, it's going to take $750,000 to get it out. And Maureen, well, she was just smothering him. He didn't want to share the proceeds with her. So he came down to the Cactus to see me. He wanted a solution. I came up with one. I had him declared legally dead. And then I'd arranged to have the mine bought. He's free of Maureen now, and, well, he can cash in on the copper. Thing is, you need somebody to purchase the mine so they could hold legal title to it. JR, well, being legally dead, he's somewhat unavailable. Me? Oh, I'm spread thin as it is. Besides, I never put my name on anything.
Start a shell company.
Not a bad idea, Stanley. We may make a crook of you yet. But we need something airtight in case the feds come snooping around.
I'm a suspect in Maureen's death.
No. Medical examiner ruled that an accidental overdose. So you can come out from lurking in those shadows. I'll have my man drop the papers on Thursday. Well, officially, you'll pull the proceeds from the mine and that $15,000 you have in your account and purchase the mine. You told the bank it was for a land deal anyway, so we're covered. I'll give you $100,000 for your troubles and a bus ticket somewhere green. We got a deal. My man. Well, you can stay at the Cactus while we work all these details out, and we'll take your house off the market so we can use that as a secondary headquarters. And then Maureen, you know, she put my papers into a suitcase the night you guys were going to Dallas. She's gonna sell that to a competitor of mine, and she's gonna sell me out to the feds for immunity. I guess that's why I did what I did.
What was in the suitcase?
Oh, well now remember, Stanley. It's a wise man that stays inside the lines.
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
I'm Officer Jack Slate. This is Officer Ben Cherry.
Hello?
We executed a search warrant on your shop on Thursday.
Oh? What were you looking for there?
Mr. Cooper, we regret to inform you that your wife
is dead. I'm aware.
Where were you?
I was out. I mean, I was away. I've been away. I sold my shop, and I was out of town for a couple days, researching a real estate investment.
Real estate?
Yeah. Copper mine, actually.
Copper?
Yeah, that's right. Am I a person of interest in my wife's demise?
Not officially.
Okay, good. So yeah, I was out of town for a couple days at this mine, and apparently there are no phones up there, so no one was able to get in touch with me. The first thing I saw when I got home was the police tape. Dallas medical examiner finally got in touch with me, and that's where I was this morning. I was in Dallas signing papers and making funeral arrangements for Maureen.
So you read the report?
Some of it. I mean, they spelled out most of it for me. I get the gist. Sleeping pills and alcohol.
Is that a combination you were aware your wife was inclined toward?
Yes. Unfortunately. I warned her many times. But I guess she waited till I was out of town for a couple days and then went on a bender. She must have passed out, and there was no one here to call for help.
Well, we'll be in touch. Oh, we saw a black briefcase in your shop. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Just a briefcase. I mean, I bought it recently, yeah, for a trip that Maureen and I were about to take. Are you guys gonna clean up that police tape, or should I?
You don't seem too broken up, do you?
Life happens.
We'll send someone.
Johnny wants to see you. Good luck.
Have a seat. Heard you were concerned about me.
Thought you disappeared.
So concerned you might talk to the police? Police that you might know intimately.
Thought something might have happened to you.
Oh, so it was compassion that drove you.
Sure.
You remember Ben Cherry? He grew up around here. Daddy worked for JR in the mine before the accident. His mama died when he was a kid.
Yeah, I remember him.
Well, he went to El Paso, become a big city cop for a while. Didn't work out. He's back here now, heading up the new homicide division.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
I heard you guys were going to be married one time. Things went south. He went to El Paso and, well, you ended up here.
Or something.
I wonder what he'd say if he knew the real reason you're here. Ben's a good kid. Saw him grow up. Don't want him hurt. The next time you go to the cops, you make sure they're the ones that I control. Now, don't you have something to do?
You want my boyfriend to give you a ride?
No thanks, it's a short walk.
Want me to walk home with you?
You gotta go.
Come on, it's not safe out here walking at night.
Safer than being seen with you. He knows I talk to you.
We expected that. You hear about Maureen?
Yeah, she swallowed too many sleeping pills.
Did you know Stanley?
No, just that he married Maureen after JR died in that mine. Do you think he did it?
No. But I think he's mixed up in something.
Maureen had something going on with Johnny. She came by here all the time, and they spent a lot of time in his office talking.
Well, you can't stay at home.
What? Why? Where am I supposed to go?
Stay with me.
And you think that's a good idea?
I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's safe. Come on. Sorry, I just moved in. I really haven't had time to fix it up.
Don't worry about it.
You hungry?
What do you got?
Mustard, ham and milk, and I'm not sure about the milk.
Ham and milk. So you got all your bases covered, huh? I'll just take some water.
Sorry about that.
Don't sweat it. Thanks. Why'd you come back?
That's direct.
I don't mean it bad.
Well, I was gone.
8 years.
Were you counting?
I'm just good with numbers.
El Paso was alright. It just wasn't me.
Why not?
It's dirty.
So is this place.
Yeah, but you can learn to live a lot of places, but you're only gonna have roots one place.
We don't have roots. Our parents have been gone since we were kids.
They're still our roots. Besides, I always kind of thought you were my roots. You remember prom?
Yeah. Jack put laxative in the punch and forgot to tell you.
I've never driven so fast in my life. I didn't think I was gonna make it home.
I was glad when I heard the police department hired you back here.
I had to leave when I did.
I know.
Why didn't you go with me?
I wanted to.
You remember this?
How did they know we were talking about prom?
They know. Come on. This time I don't have to look for a bathroom.
I can't go down this road with you, Ben.
Is it another guy?
No.
You don't love me? What is it?
You shouldn't have brought me here.
At least you're safe. Got a blanket and a pillow for you.
Thanks.
I usually sleep with the radio on low. Is that gonna bother you?
That's fine.
All right. Guess it's lights out.
What'd you boys step in this time?
Ranger Stone?
Slate? Okay, Cherry, take it from the top.
About 3 a.m., I heard someone outside my apartment. Heard the lock jingling, seemed out of place. Grabbed my weapon. In the moonlight, I saw they had a weapon in their hand. I feared for my life. Fired once, striking the assailant in the head.
You shout any verbal commands?
No.
You identify yourself as a police officer?
No.
What about the girl?
Friend of mine.
I figured as much. Guess her story will match yours?
She was asleep during the shooting.
You keep your badge. I'm going to take your weapon as evidence. When we clear the shooting, you can pick it up at the office in Amarillo.
What's my commission status?
You're still active. Off the record. This looks like a righteous kill. You boys try to stay out of trouble.
Don't tell me what to do. It's gonna be all right, Ben. I'll give you 2 a minute.
Was that your first officer-involved shooting? I'm sorry.
Goes with the job.
I'd find a different job. Look, we can't go back to how things were.
Maybe that's why I came back.
I don't mean how things were between us. I mean a couple days ago. My apartment's being watched. Yours is a crime scene.
What do you propose?
I've got a place. It's not much, but it's off the radar.
For how long?
For as long as it takes.
I'm so sorry about your wife. But a copper mine, huh?
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Go ahead. Open it up. Now that's all the money you just put into the copper mine. We're even, Steven. Now listen to me. That money is hot. Don't put it in your account. Spend it straight from that briefcase and go easy on that. We don't need any trail leading to either of us.
Right.
See you tonight at the rendezvous?
I'll be there.
My man. 10 years, back-breaking work, JR. We owe you a debt of gratitude.
It weren't nothing.
Oh, no, it definitely was something. Well, every tunnel, every deposit in this mine has been charted carefully. This paperwork is worth millions. You're kind of quiet, Stanley.
Guess sitting there with two dead men, it's not too cool with little Stanley.
Well, that must be it. That and the elephant in the room.
What elephant?
Maureen, a woman, and, well, two men sitting at the same table.
Well, she was an elephant.
Maybe we should get down to business.
Yes, you're right. Business it is. JR's work is done. Don't worry, I didn't put anything in yours.
Hope you make copies.
Let's talk about you, Stanley. You know, this copper mine deal's just the beginning for us. Well, I got more deals than you could shake a stick at. Thing is, I need a straw man to run them through.
I never liked the Wizard of Oz.
A straw man, Stanley, is a man you create for a purpose, but doesn't really exist. I want you to be my straw man.
I exist.
Well, of course you do, Stanley, but the important thing is you're not me. And as long as I run my deals through you, although in fact you do exist, the fact that you're not Johnny Rocket makes you my straw man.
So I'm left holding the bag.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't anticipate any problems here. Oh, we're at the edge of the earth. And if you do get popped, well, you'll have every crooked string I own pulling for you. As long as you don't talk when you're on the inside.
Do I have a choice?
What do you think?
Cheers.
Yes.
Okay, Maverick. I'll pay $100 to see what you got. They can beat my three of a kind.
Can't beat my three aces. Well, that was a close one, all right. But then that's the way it is when you gamble. Now, of course, we're all gamblers. We take chances every
Cherry, we cleared you on that shooting. You can come by my office in Amarillo and pick up your service weapon. There's something else. The guy you dropped, you lifted his prints. Never got an ID, but he's got a list of priors all the way to Kansas. He worked for a guy named Johnny Rocket at the Neon Cactus. You know it?
Yeah, I know it. Wish I could open up an investigation into that place.
Well, why don't you? The stiff working for Johnny Rocket gives you probable cause. Rocket's involved in this. You just got to figure out how, why, and prove it. But you and Slade watch your back. Off the record, I've got a source that says Rocket's got some unis in his back pocket.
I'll be up to get my weapon.
Let's find out what these other guys do. Come on over here, number two. What's your real name?
My name's Mark Pruitt.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm independently healthy, and I own a chain of nothing.
Okay, we have consolation prizes for you. I left them at home, so catch me later on that. We'll talk to you later. Okay?
Hello?
Hey, did we get prints off the top of Maureen's beer can?
What do you mean the top of the beer can? We got one set. It matched the stiff.
Yeah, but the top of the beer can. We've got to get prints off of it.
The crime scene's still active. We wouldn't need a search warrant. But Stanley's been there. The scene's been compromised.
We still got to get prints off the top of that beer can. What are you doing?
Watching ads.
Are you drunk?
I wouldn't say drunk. I've had a few.
Switch to coffee. We got to get prints from the top of that can.
Is this Ben Cherry?
This is Officer Ben Cherry.
I can get you Rocket.
I'm listening.
It's a match.
You hear that? Prince matched the guy closed down. He's the one that spiked Maureen's beer with sleeping pills.
So what now?
Well, the Rangers are going to open an investigation into Johnny Rocket and the Neon Cactus.
So what's next for this guy?
Depends on what he has to say.
So, what do you have to say?
What do you want to know?
Everything.
You guys offer that witness protection thing?
Sometimes.
Hey, Jackie, how do you like working here now?
Yeah, it's good.
Good. You're pretty good friends with Tori, right?
We're friends.
You hear from her lately?
No?
She ain't come to work in a couple of days. And I don't like people to quit me. Tell you what, why don't you give her a ring? Tell her we're concerned about her. Thanks, sweetie.
Okay, Johnny.
How long you been fixing this place up?
A couple years. Been saving some money from my tips the past 7 years. Thought it was smart to have some place off the radar and nobody knows about.
Why don't we just come here instead of going to my place?
Wanted to see where you lived.
No, sorry to disappoint you.
Actually, it was pretty funny watching you try to pour me a glass of water. Do you want a beer?
Yeah, sure. The prints on Maureen's beer can match the guy I shot. Rangers are going to open an investigation into Johnny Rocket and the Cactus. What is it with you?
Am I talking to Ben or a cop?
Ben.
Right before you left to El Paso, I was hard up for money. I was struggling. Johnny came into the Hamburger King where I used to work, you remember. He left me a $300 tip in his card and he said if I ever need anything to come see him at the Cactus. I thought about it and rent was due. I went to see him. He gave me a suitcase and he told me to deliver it to a guy in the middle of a prairie in a '71 Lincoln. I did, and he gave me $500 for it. After that, the pay started getting better and the job started getting dirtier. And I tried to get out once, but Johnny always found me. He tracked me down, he threatened me, and I'm just in too deep now and I can't get out. That's why I couldn't go with you to El Paso.
What can you tell me to help bring him down?
He keeps a drawer of all the deals he's done in his desk. It's unlocked and everything. Has a record of everything that he's ever done in there.
But that doesn't add up. Why would he go to so much trouble to not be connected to any of his deals and then just leave it unlocked in a drawer?
It makes sense.
How?
It's all a game. He hides it in plain sight because it's not about money or getting away. It's about power, control, the thrill of getting caught. He's daring someone to take it. You get in the drawer and the case is closed, including the case on me. I told him I was talking to Ben.
You were. Now I gotta be a cop.
You get in that drawer and you fail, he'll kill you. You succeed and you kill me.
Jack, you and Ranger Stone meet me at the Cactus tonight. Coming through the east entrance. I know how to get Rocket.
I quit drinking years ago.
How's Marlon, Sam?
Kill my wife.
Told you it's Stanley.
I told you I'm not loyal. Unless the price is right.
Oh, boy, Stanley, you got those papers for me.
Well done. 230
grain hardball. 230 grain hardball, GIs used to call it. I'll kill you for that. It's a good thumper.
Take care of your partner. I'll clear it.
Hey, Ben. Are you guys all right?
Stanley had that little bonfire after he left me, before he cut ties with this world and sailed away. Figured too many folks would be hurt if those papers was turned over to the authorities. He had a good streak. Well, no one's perfect. Even that fella that used to thug for me testified in court about all the black things I'd done. In trade, he got a commuted sentence and went into the witness protection program. Coward. That copper mine still has $15 million worth of metal in it, if you can figure a way to get it out. The papers outlining them tunnels is burned through. Ben? Well, I really think he just came back for Tori. She was free now. Them papers of all her deeds for me was burned. Jack and Ben stayed on as homicide detectives. He and Ben with a thin blue line when it came to murders out here in the Redlands. Of course, with me gone, things were pretty quiet. Maureen? Well, she's still dead. There's that little cemetery in the desert I was telling you about, right across from Mexico. Told you the skies were blue. Well, why don't you come on down and see an old dead man sometime?